Thank you, thank you. I like the whistle. Okay, now before we continue, just a small. How many of you are into breathing exercises? How many of you do breathing exercises at home? Very good. So today all of us are going to do very simple. Breathe in deeply. Continue breathing until I tell you stop. When I say stop, don't let go. Hold. And I say let go, then you let go. Slowly. Okay, ready? 1, 2, breathe. Hold. Let go. One more time. Breathe. Hold. Let go. Now what are you doing actually? You're giving the body a big boost in oxygen. And when you hold, you're letting that carbon dioxide come back into the bloodstream. And when you release, you're letting go of the carbon dioxide. More oxygen is coming in. So you feel fresh. So this is the breathing which not many people do. They are breathing very short breath. Number 2 is if you look at the stomach, it will be this way. So normally when you breathe, it should be this way. There's a diaphragm here. The diaphragm should go down and come up. Now when you consciously you think of it, you breathe in, look at the way you breathe. Now let the diaphragm go down. When you breathe in, the diaphragm goes down. When you breathe out, the diaphragm comes out. Then you are releasing the exhale. Okay, the next one is one small exercise. Have you done this exercise before while sitting down? Hands up. On the right, down, hold, up, left. Have you done that before?
No.
No. Okay, one more time.
Breathing should be.
Right. This side. Right. Okay. Come back. Left. Come back. Now, do you know this exercise can be improved? How? You want to go on the right. The hands up, straight all the way, up, above the head. When you go right, your right hand is holding here. And you're pulling, pull, until the end. Pull, as hand straight. Your hand bent cannot. Straight.
Both hands should be straight?
Both hands straight.
Okay.
And then you pull. Okay. Hold that. Now let go slowly. Change your hand. Now you pull. You will see the entire thing stretching. So just do it every day. This is going to help you on the sides.
Yes.
Okay? Alright, give yourself a clap. Okay. Now I have to use this because when I use the bigger screen, it's moving on auto. Alright? So we are going to talk about the iTerra Bio. There are two kinds. One is the Bio, one is the BioLite. Now the Bio is the earlier version. Actually this is the 3rd generation. Alright? With added features. Now the BioLite is the 2nd generation. Okay? There's a difference. Later I will explain the difference. Now, it's actually very comfortable, elegant and very effective. Effective how? It works on the whole body. From bottom, right till up. You just sit in it for about 30 minutes and it starts working on you.
Which one is first generation?
Sorry?
Which one is first generation?
This is 3rd generation.
And BioLite is?
BioLite is 2nd generation.
Okay.
No 1st generation.
Okay.
Alright. Okay. And the design, all the controls are here. Now this is a control where you can control the amount of heat. So when you set your legs inside, Some people ask me, can I put one leg? It doesn't work. You have to have two legs. And then also people ask me, can I put my hand inside of my legs? It is not designed for that, right? It's for the leg, okay? So when both the legs are touching the plate, you can start. It will start. If not, it won't start.
Can we take in highest level 10?
You can start on 10, but I will not advise you on that. Because number one is, you have to ask the person, first and foremost, the most important question is, do you have diabetes? Because for people with diabetes, the heat receptors do not work very well. So sometimes they do not know the amount of heat which is coming in. So the setting is too high, but they do not feel. End of the day, they can have blisters. Similarly, when you blow, if it's too hot, they don't feel. So for people with diabetes, make sure it is low, right? So that is important. So what I will normally do is, I will set at 5. If it is too high, I go lower after about 5 minutes. If it is too low, I start going up.
Actually, I am taking on myself. I started from 5.
Yeah.
And these days I am taking on 9.
9 now. Very good.
It's very smooth.
So, yeah.
So that I can, I ask you, can I go for 10 also?
Yes, you can. By all means, go to 10. I can do 10. I do at 10. All right? For some people, even 5 is hot because it is pushing through. Your vessels are not very good. Maybe they are clogged. Your nerves are not working very well. So you start feeling the heat and the pain.
Actually, these days it's cold weather in India. So when I take at night, only feet are touching, but sweating is coming from here.
Yes. It will go up the whole body. All right?
Sir, if you put the questions later, better.
Okay. So,
अलग से
टाइम है
okay. We have the decorations which are in mold decoration. So it's all flat. You just press. They're sensitive to the hand, fingers. Alright? The design. And this is the one which controls 10 levels. Now if, like Mr.
Dheeraj.
Yes. So if he tried at 5, that's what normally I would do and recommend people. Start at 5. If it's too hot, go down. It's too low, start going up slowly. You are safe. But if the person is diabetic, ask the person, are you diabetic? I will start at 1, 2, 3. No, not more than 3. From there, we will monitor and then see whether he is able to feel the heat. If he doesn't feel the heat, maybe slowly start going up, but don't go too high because they may not feel it and then they will have a problem. Okay, the timing is normally 30 minutes. Go for 30 minutes. 10 minutes, 20 minutes for me is insufficient. Set for 30 minutes. Then just relax. Alright? And there are some people who also ask, while I'm using that, can I also blow? They do that. But for me, I will not advise doing that. Why? Now, this is a system which is now starting to go in. And then you're disturbing that system by blowing from somewhere else. So this might disturb that flow. Why? You can use this in the morning. After 4 hours, use the blower. So that is another system. So what happens is, when you use the bio, it is working through your leg, it's working on your entire body, on everything. It doesn't go to areas where you have a problem especially. No, it goes everywhere. So if you have a problem, you want to see it healing faster, it may not work for you that way. It works everywhere. So then after that, you have the blower. You go to the area where you have a problem, focus on that area. So now you have whole body and also specific areas. You have 2. So most people do that now. They buy the bio, they sit and they watch, and they have a specific problem, they use the blower for that. So now you have everything. A whole body gains, plus a specific problem also gains. Okay? Is that okay? Alright. So the next one is, now what it does is, number 1, it elevates cold and dampness. The Chinese believe in the cold and dampness in the body. Alright? So they say the wetness, and then they also call the yin, yang, and all that. It helps to alleviate that problem. It activates the cells because terahertz energy is going in. Now, if you use the bio, you have three things. Number one, you have the terahertz frequency. Number two, you have the negative ions. And number three, you have the graphene infrared. Now, what does that all mean? Terahertz frequency, I've talked about it just now, so you understand. Negative ions are something which is going to help you also with your health. And the graphene infrared is heat, thermal heat. So when you go and do physio, you use the machine which is red in color, right, the red light. So it gives you heat, so it improves the circulation. So when you say graphene, what is graphene? Graphene is anything which when it gets this heat, it amplifies the heat and gives back to you. So when you use graphene infrared, the heat which is there is amplified and given to you. So you get a lot of heat. That's why you feel hot. Right? So that goes in, it brings it out inside, and the heat is also helping in your body doing healing faster. Now when you are sick, when you have a fever, what do you feel? Hot. Temperature is higher. Why? The body increases the temperature so that the healing can happen. When you are healed, it becomes low again. Alright? So by raising 1 degree Celsius, a lot of things are happening inside. So under normal circumstances, you don't get that heat. So this one gives you that heat so that more healing can happen and the circulation improves as well. Alright? So when that happens, even the blood vessels, the dilation is there, the, what do you call that, the flexibility of the blood vessels are better, and the what do you call it, viscosity of the blood also is reduced, so things move and they go around the entire body. And you might also find that after some time, you have micro circulation. That means more micro vessels have come up. See, one of the reasons why diabetics, they get wounds and they do not heal is because of the sugar content. The vessels which are in that area are dying. They don't supply the blood. Alright? So oxygen does not reach that area. So when the wounds come there, they do not heal. So now when you improve this circulation, micro circulation, more oxygen is coming, and the wound, if there is a wound, especially diabetics, it heals faster. And at the same time, for people who have not got diabetes, or you have diabetes but no wounds, the wounds won't come because now you have circulation. Alright? So I have people who, I can see the bone inside the leg. From the top, you can see a hole, a bone inside. Around there is beginning to die. When they go to the hospital, what the doctor does is, he cleans them, the nurses or whoever, they put this bandage and send them back home. They don't have the medicine to heal. But when you have this oxygenation, right? If you give that oxygenation, what's happening? The healing happens. The blood comes back into that area and the healing starts again. I have another person in Indonesia, he's a Malaysian working in Indonesia. When he wears shoes, when he comes home, the shoe is wet. Because the wound, he's a diabetic, the yellow fluid starts oozing out. Because it doesn't stop, he has a wound there. So he has been trying all kinds of things, medication, it didn't work. So finally, the oxygen, so that one we started putting, and he started bleeding again. So the wife calls me and says, I'm worried, my husband's leg is bleeding now. What do I do? I said, are you happy or are you sad? He said, why? Because if I were you, I'll be happy. Because when the blood comes to that area, now healing can happen. Oxygen is coming there, nutrition is coming there. True enough, after that it healed, closed the wound, and today he is very happy. Alright? Okay. So this is what happened. It's helping also with, it's promoting circulation, and then it's a fat burner. No, this terahertz frequency, it also works on, what do you call it? The fat. It dissolves fat, especially lipolipids. Now, what is lipolipid? It's fat which we have different names given to it. Alright? Lipolipids. It dissolves. And that is why you see people who want to reduce, it helps. Okay? Okay, the next is, it relieves, it's relieving inflammation. You have inflammation, it starts going down fast. It's shaping body and it's also anti-aging because now all the cells in the body are working for you. And then it purifies the body, it's helping to clear the toxins in the body, and it increases metabolism. So when metabolism is increased, you burn more calories and you reduce faster as well. Okay, so it's helping that. And if you see, there are 3 technologies involved, and the first one is terahertz technology. So what it does is, it works like what the blower does. It goes, gives energy, helps the hydration, and brings in a bit more oxygen. So all this it does. The next one is, this is the negative ions, which provide a lot of health benefits. For example, boosting the mood, improving respiratory function, and increasing energy levels. Alright, the negative ions. And also, it works as a very good antioxidant. Now, the third one is the graphene far infrared heat therapy. Alright, which can provide numerous health benefits such as reducing muscle and joint pain. Because of the heat, you feel better if you have muscle and joint pain. Alright, and then increasing blood flow and circulation, promoting relaxation, you feel very relaxed and light, and reducing stress, improving flexibility and range of motion, and aiding in the recovery of certain injuries. Okay, so when you go to the physio, what does he do? He uses something like this to give the heat for you to improve, so that your range of motion is improved. Now here you are doing it at home by yourself. Okay, so it's helping you with that. Now the next thing is resonance. Okay, now resonance can help with health by promoting a state of coherence in the body, which can lead to improved physiological functioning, reduce stress, increase relaxation, and potentially even enhance immune function. So it's also thought to help push up the immune function of the body. Alright? Now just to share with you, have you heard of people who have autoimmune diseases? A lot of people are having it now. It's becoming a sickness by itself. Alright? Now what can you do when you have autoimmune problems? What is the medicine you have? There's practically no medicine for that. Alright? So people suffer. Now what is the problem with autoimmune diseases? The body doesn't know which is good, which is bad. So it starts attacking both of it. Alright? Why does that happen? Because your immune system is now going haywire. It doesn't know what to do. So when you improve your immune system, now slowly it should come back balanced, having homeostasis, where it can now detect the good and the bad. So your autoimmune diseases will start going down. Alright, because now nobody works on the immune system. They give you medicine just to work on the symptoms. Alright? Okay. So the next one is, the main functions are, one is elevation, purifying, body shaping, beautifying, and gives you the heat, and antibacterial as well. This particular model, the 3rd generation, has antibacterial function. Alright? And who are the people who would want to use this? Number one, so it's necessary for cold and dampness body conditions, office workers, postpartum mothers. That means after delivery, you might find this useful for you, for your faster recovery. And let me see if I can make it bigger, because the words are small, but it runs. Okay, it's going by itself now. Yeah, I'm having that problem. It runs by itself. Okay, so beauty lovers, people who want to see them getting more beautiful, and then obese people who want to reduce fat, people find that it's helping them with that, and middle-aged and elderly people find that it is helping them to overcome certain diseases which now they have a problem with, and sitting or standing for a long time. Certain people, they work where they have to sit for a long time or they have to stand for a long time. It is helping them. And person with hypertension, high cholesterol, high blood sugar is helping to they bring the equilibrium, all right, and homeostasis, and suitable for home use, therapy centers, beauty salons, spa centers, rehab centers, activity centers, even offices. So what some people are doing is, the bigger companies, they're buying one, they're putting at their lounge where their staff can go and relax. So they just go and sit there for about 30 minutes, recover, and then they come back. Alright? There are some companies I know, they force you to take a 20 minutes rest after every hour or every few hours. Maybe 4 hours, you must take a rest. So for those people, it's going to be helpful. Alright? So this is helping them. This is how it operates. It has a panel where you put both the legs and they touch, only then it can operate, otherwise it won't work. There's a switch here to start, and then one is for the negative ions, one is for the terahertz frequency, and one is for the graphene infrared. Alright? And then you have the settings for the heat. Okay? So basically that's it. So this is how it works. This is a power button. Okay? Power button and a remote control. There's a plus and minus. So plus, you start from 0, goes up to 10. And here you can bring it down back to 0. So you can control the up and down. So you are holding the remote and you are adjusting yourself. Nobody else interferes. Only you know. And another thing is, do not use this for children who are below 10 years old. Okay? And then people who are not conscious. And then for people who are unable to tell you what's happening. Okay? So these are the small things which we tell them. This is a remote control. And this is a BioLite. If you see here, the BioLite, it doesn't have a hood. You know, just now, it has a hood. I go back. Now you see this? This one, it has a hood. Okay, this is the hood. Alright, this is the third generation which has the hood. Now the second generation BioLite, doesn't have the hood. Okay, as you can see here, there's no hood. This is the major difference. The other difference is, this BioLite doesn't have the negative ions. It doesn't have the negative ions, which the third generation has. Okay? And then the sanitizing feature, the antibacterial, the third generation has, the BioLite doesn't have. But that can be overcome by just taking a wet cloth or damp cloth, just wiping it before the next person goes in. So it's done. Alright? So basically that's it. And the main difference is the negative. If you see here, they are all the same, except for here, sanitization and the negative ions. That's the main difference, besides the structure of the device. Okay? And that's about it for bio. Any questions on the bio before we go on to the last one?
In the case of some
Any questions? Varicose veins. Now, for varicose veins, my advice is, there are two things you must do. While you are having that, especially if you use the blower, you're blowing on that area, you need to use your fingers or hand to push. Why? veins, when the vessels are going down, the blood is going down, they have what they call as valves. These valves are like this. So when the blood goes down, this valve is closed. So the blood doesn't go behind. So they keep going. So for people with varicose veins, the problem is these valves are not strong. So the blood, when it goes down, it can push back, comes back. So when it comes back, it gets pooled there, and you see like a lump there. Now this is varicose veins. So what you can do is, you can use the blower, blow in those areas, the valves will become strong. So now they can control the blood from coming back after some time. But at the same time, there's already blood which has gathered there. So you need to push it down. So as you push down and this is stronger, that problem will disappear.
So
All
how
right?
much time will it take to?
Depends on the condition. For some people it is very bad. So it might take a bit longer. So it's a simpler, lesser complication, faster. Alright? But all you have to do is you work on it, the valves are strong, that problem will go. First the valve must be strong.
Cramps आते हैं.
Yeah?
Cramps.
Cramps.
You got a cramp.
Okay, cramps, there are many reasons for it. Okay? If you ask an athlete, it is because of the build-up of lactic acid. What is lactic acid? Where you don't have oxygen, it can come. It comes because of the result of movement with the lack of oxygen, you have lactic acid. If you look in the Krebs cycle, it will show you there. That is one. Number two is lack of certain minerals. Now, when you cut your muscles until the inside, very bottom, you have something called actin and myosin. This actin and myosin, they work on what is called a sliding theory. When you pull, they pull inside. When you let go, they release. And what helps them? Potassium and magnesium. So you could be lacking in potassium and magnesium. Right? This is the second one. Third one is amount of oxygen in that area. Maybe you don't move much. You are sitting a lot. So the oxygen, the circulation